Hello, it's Lisa Stade here of the YouTube channels of Lisa Stade and Hitler Obsessed. I am now going to start with my part 7 of my review and the actual history behind the movie Downfall for you to enjoy. That's from the 2004 movie about the last days and death of Adolf Hitler, the fall of Third Reich, and the Battle of Berlin, with all the testimonies and memories of Hitler's secretary Untergang and people from the fuel bunker as well as civilians that were fighting in the Battle of Berlin, like Peter Kranz. I don't know if I think he is a real character from history. Maybe there was a real Peter Kranz. Uh, most likely there was. Uh, so yeah, the leading role is played by Bruno Gans here in the movie. Gans, I mean Bruno Gans. So the Goebbels kids in the next scene are dressed up in the little nice clothing there, singing to Hitler, and Hitler has one of his Goebbels' kids sitting on his lap, and he's enjoying listening to them. And eventually, when they're done singing, they all leave. I mean, plus these kids were happy to always see their favorite Uncle Hitler. I guess different from most people calling referring to it as Uncle Adolf, but Uncle Hitler, uh, which was creepy because I really feel bad for the Hitler for Goebbels' kids. They really didn't get much history lessons on their favorite uncle of Hitler. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. In my opinion, if I traveled back in time and told them that, I don't want to be mean. I mean, they don't feel that these kids, but yet they would all die anyways. But at least they would know to fight back. Maybe probably a losing cause. Uh, and the next scene is no even of Adolf Hitler discussing with Eva Braun, Trudel, and I think Greta about the best way to kill themselves, and I think Magna Goebbels is there too. Some of the other movies like the Hitler Last 10 Days and the Bunker Show are there in this scene. And yes, Hitler did discuss this stuff at the end of his days with his attendants. The best way to kill yourself was cyanide, and he tells everyone that they came from Himmler. This was before Göring or Himmler would actually make known their supposedly treason that Hitler would call. Uh, because Göring does try to take command of everything in Bavaria, and over Salzburg, and Hitler loses his cool and calls him a traitor, orders him to be arrested, but the Allies actually capture him before Hitler could get anyone to kill him. And even Himmler escapes and feigns being sick and decides to go escape and make peace negotiations with the Allies. Uh, Hitler loses cool on that because Himmler to him was the favorite, his most trusted friend who would never do such a thing. But yet again, Himmler, just being Heinrich Himmler, decided to betray Hitler, to use Hitler's word he would use. And, Hitler orders for, I think it's a military general and a female Air Force pilot that ends up, having the plane shot down and ends up staying in the fuel bunker, wanting to die with Hitler, but Hitler tells him to leave. I mean, this is just a bit of some, foreshadowing there for this later event. But yes, Hitler does hand Greta Doodle drunk and everyone else cyanide capsules, and Hitler tells her, this is the best present I could give you. I'm sorry I couldn't give you anything better. And yeah, this was to show Hitler's humanizing uh, kind of opinion of humanizing the guy. I guess if I was Hitler and I thought, my secretary would be easel, uh, you know, stuff that you couldn't see on YouTube, or killed or shot or whatever by the Allies, or sent off to Gulag, or humiliated and disgraced and just shamed or whatever by the Russians. Maybe I would have considered giving a cyanide capsule to her. I mean, knowing Hitler's mindset, he was in fear of this stuff. And yes, there is reference from people that were around Hitler in his inner circle. He was very caring about those who were in the inner circle. I mean, for Pete's sake, he tried to make a Aryanization of a Jewish cook that he liked so much because of her vegetarian cooking. And he even let his own family childhood Jewish doctor escape too, also. Uh, So on the next scene of April 23rd, 1945, Ava Braun and Mrs. Goebbels, Magna Goebbels, decide to write their farewell letters and telling everyone in their family, their loved ones, that, yes, I'm going to die with Hitler, and for National Socialism, so not the very happiest letters that you probably want to be the family members receiving. And I guess I would feel bad for the family members if they realized how far their loved ones went for this guy. It would have been sad. Maybe they were also as far gone with him too. Because, family is family. It's a thick link. Thicker than blood, they say. Uh, and the next scene, Hitler does order even General Keitel to link up with Admiral Donitz and, to try to capture the much needed oil fields, in I guess Russia there. I mean, Hitler's already thinking like we're already out of this war, we're going to fight Russia. He's not thinking at all about the current situation because he probably knows the current situation is lost and then I'm good as dead. Which in understanding, yeah, if you're in that situation of Hitler's, I mean, wouldn't you think of something uh some positive thing in the future? I mean, you want to dwell on, oh my god, I'm going to die. I don't think most people with terminal illnesses probably do that. They don't dwell on that. Actually, most probably people working in hospice probably don't try to get them to dwell on that. They try to make, their last days positive. And guess in this case, Hitler's trying to do that himself. That's just my opinion, not glorifying the guy. But as someone who's seen people go through the last days and seen how uh, people in hospice and taking care of people in their last days through terminal illnesses uh, do tend to try to make it lighter and easier to deal with, which is good. Uh, I mean, this is when Hitler ends up seeing the the message from Foreman Goring being notified Foreman Goring deciding to take the control from Obersalzburg or Bavaria there, Borchester Garden there, from Hitler's Burghof retreat in Obersalzburg and southern Bavaria and Borchester Garden there. He tries to tell Hitler through a telegram that's sent back to the field bunker that, hey, I'm going to take control even if you don't want me to, so we can keep fighting this thing. Good positive vibes, Hitler, please don't shoot the messenger, which, Hitler, being Hitler, decides, fuck it, shoot the messenger. That's the whole stuff I told you before about going. I mean, Hitler even screams at Goring, calling him a failure, a fat, lazy morphine addict, which Goring was a obese person. I'm not going to uh, fat shame, I guess, to say people. I mean, I guess if you're going, I mean, we can't. I think we're okay to shame you. If you're home and going, we can shame you. I think that's how YouTube works. Same thing with Hitler. If you don't like the guy, if you're Hitler, then I guess we get to shame you. Don't agree with doing that for anyone, but weird rules here on YouTube. Uh, but yes, more Coin was a morphine addict. When the Allies captured him and never allowed him to get his next fix of the painkillers of morphine, he went into complete withdrawal symptoms. This was a pain in the ass afterwards. They ended up having in Spandau prison while the Nazi leaders were being held out, pretty much the equivalent of one cell was just a rehab center. The guy ended up killing himself before his execution. So, I mean, Hitler even calls going a traitor too. Like, this guy, when he finds out that you're a traitor, like, F you about all praise. You're gonna get insults. It's gonna be blunt. It's gonna be brutal, and you're getting it. If not also shot. Uh, but yeah, the next scene is of the one I told you about, Hitler meeting with Albert Speer for the next time. Last time though. But yeah, no, Hitler does not shake his hands and refuses to even accept Speer for even betraying him. Hitler does call him in the movie a idealistic artist too, also. Uh, and considers him a traitor and just he's a lot more kinder to Albert Speer than to anyone else because Hitler was also an artist, so he considered him like, a comrade in the major. So uh, that I'm going to end with part 7 and now go on to, I think it's part 8 or part 9. So this is Lisa Stayed here signing off, telling you to become a subscriber to my YouTube channels of Lisa Stayed and Hitler Obsessed. Hit the notification bell to be notified of all future videos on Lisa Stayed and Hitler Obsessed. Make sure to like all the videos on Lisa Stayed and Hitler Obsessed and leave comments for my videos too on Lisa Stayed and Hitler Obsessed. Getting a bit tired of just mentioning Hitler Obsessed, I think. Hitler Obsessed. A bit of a joke though. Uh, but you can definitely become a patron to my become a patron and donate to my Patreon for on my YouTube channel of Lisa State, and I think also on Hitler Obsessed. I swear to God that channel is getting annoying to mention. Hitler Obsessed. Oh, and you can donate to my subscribe star too. All that is on my about section on both those channels of Hitler Obsessed and Lisa Stayed. And definitely join my send me a friend request. You can send me a friend request, you can send me a comment or just a comment on my Facebook page. Definitely make sure to see my BitChute channel also, so you can see all notifications on my BitChute channel of Lisa Marie Stay. Do not visit any of the other channels because that stuff is most of the stuff on there about Hitler and the Nazis and things is just pro Hitler. They got some stuff to take care of in BitChute, I guess. I mean, heck, they had the ADL on those guys. They kind of took care of some stuff, but not really. I guess progress starts slow. So, bye now, and I hope you guys enjoy the videos and are learning something new about things.